skinny guys definitely.
Absolutely.
You think he knows he has a hog on him?
I don't think so.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life was old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, flowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to a place I belong. We all fucked it right there.
Now y'all fucked me up. I was gonna hit that right, but then I heard you. This is why I didn't sit next to you during worship, bro. You always fuck me up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chocolate Cowboy. Yeehaw. We back. I know we skipped a week, but I can't fucking edit shit every single week.
Yeah, we're gonna switch to a 2 week on or like a. There's
every
2 podcasts. Yeah, every other week. So there's gonna 2 podcasts per month. We're gonna try to do like 1 podcast with a guest. This doesn't count as a guest. This is Alvin, Aaron.
He's the third chocolate cow. He's the Caramel Cowboy. You know what I mean? So.
No, he's not Caramel.
I'm
Caramel.
You're definitely like a.
You're gonna say something racial, and you're gonna have to edit it. So
no,
relax.
you're like a like when they have those special really sweet flavors, and it's just like a Snickers. Like Frappuccino. That's you.
Like a Snickers.
If I was a Snickers, would you eat me ridge side down?
For the veins?
For the veins?
Yeah, dude. 100%. You got some peanut to you.
You really?
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
You got a peanut vibe because like some people are definitely allergic to you. You know what I mean?
That was probably the nicest and meanest thing you ever said to me.
Dude, I realize as an adult that like some people are just not gonna like you, and for no fucking reason. And
that's
it's like,
everybody, dude.
You got to make peace with that shit so fast. Like
that's everybody.
I think it took me till I was like 26 to realize like there's nothing you can do. There's like nothing you can do for some people. Like some people just you will never get along with.
Yeah.
And once you like make peace with that, so much easier. Dude.
I mean, some people are Mormons, so.
Elaborate?
I'm not saying you would get along with them, but like...
Yeah, there's definitely some people out there that like, yeah. There's
like,
those people...
some people believe some...
Yeah, there's people who have seen our clips too.
The Mormons?
Yeah, because some people, like, they comment on our TikToks, like, why are these guys allowed to be in front of my face right now?
Dude, I feel like the Mormons are like, if the Jews weren't Jews, they'd be Mormons. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay, that's fine, dude. Whatever. Yeah, we're back another episode with Aaron, dude.
Yo.
What
up, dude? How's the software engineering world?
What's up? He's not a software engineer, bro.
I get this wrong every time, bro.
Every time.
If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses, it's because I'm trying to change the setup. You can see we got a third
dude. Some girl commented your lighting sucks, and that's been haunting Jiggy for the last.
The problem 2 weeks, is the lighting is still bad because I need a 3-point lighting setup, and I don't have that, and I don't want to do more work to fucking produce this pod because. 3 people watched the full episode.
Hey, 450,000 people watched a clip. So.
Yeah, with the bad lighting. But our like episode with the most views was the one. Our last one was Owen because he posted it on his Facebook, and his Facebook account, his personal Facebook account, has a higher following than our fucking Instagram and TikTok.
My personal Facebook account has more followers.
Yeah, you so
yeah,
it is what it is. I mean, it's fine, dude.
We're just here for the good vibes.
But yeah, I can't do this much more work. This is why we're gonna go to every 2 weeks. This is why Alvin's an audio engineer. He hates the fact that I record fucking stereo audio and it's all the same track. You know what I mean? And he was like, why can't I talk over here? It's because I don't want to edit the audio too, dude. It is raw fucking audio. So yeah, that's why the lighting is bad, you dumb.
It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast where the good times always last. So grab your white monster and watch them ponder. It's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast. A couple of buddies who think they're funny. Are they brothers? Or do they have feelings for each other? It's the Chocolate Cowboys podcast.
I deleted her comment. She'll never. No one will ever know. All right. Anyways, it's a Chocolate Cowboys podcast. Have you seen that song that's going around? There's like an AI country song that people are sending me because it sounds pretty similar to our podcast intro.
Oh.
It's like,
Would you sing
I'm
it
not
for
gay,
us?
but I like doing gay stuff. And people are like, is this a Chocolate Cowboys intro? And I'm like, we have one gay line in it.
We have a little homoeroticism in our intro song.
Yeah, a little bit.
Definitely not brothers. Definitely
More than lovers.
more than lovers.
I don't know what's going on, dude.
Whoa.
This is going to be my favorite episode. This is probably the one episode where I have had quite a bit to drink before the pod, and I'm actually going to still release the episode. So
Let's go, baby.
I'm very excited
Let's
about
go,
this.
baby. I'm hyped up.
Yeah.
Chica's gonna be on one tonight. He's not very. We're not editing shit, bro. We're putting it on. Leave
I'll
it
post
all
this
in.
tonight.
Yo, let's go,
You
baby.
guys think I won't post this tonight?
Yeah, let's go.
This is our last week with free speech, dude. The liberals want to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, I got to get this out before they take it away. Dude.
Yeah,
the
for
podcast
real,
is getting
no.
shut
That's
down.
great.
No, we're gonna get shut down for real. We make too many racial jokes to be alive in a Carney liberal Canada.
Yeah, I honestly don't even think it's going to be that bad, dude.
You don't think so?
No, I think that the liberals are going to become more centrist this time around.
You think so?
I think they realize that there was a time, especially around COVID, where you could polarize things and exaggerate things and you can go further on the left and it benefited you. And I think that little bit towards the end of COVID and post-COVID, it didn't benefit you anymore. And you saw that with Trump winning again and people becoming more like, okay, well, I think we went too far on the left. And now this, version of the Liberal Party is a little bit more centrist.
Dude, it's the same people.
Yeah, but I think that people vote based off of how things appear, not how things actually are. And things appear to be more centrist, which is why I think all those people that were going to go vote conservative before Carney came in are now like, oh, Carney got rid of the carbon tax. Things are more centrist. We'll give him a chance. And now they're voting liberal. Whereas if Trudeau is still here, I think conservatives would have won across the board.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, I think old people just don't like Donald Trump, and they were like, if we vote for Carney, we vote against Trump.
But that's interesting because old people in the States like Donald Trump.
No,
They don't like Donald Trump?
no, boomers don't like Donald Trump.
I thought they loved him.
No, like yeah, he has like a very specific base that love him, but like the population as a whole, like mostly millennials and Gen X millennials and Gen Xers will vote for.
But that's interesting because he still won. So how did that happen?
Well, at this point, Gen Xers make majority of the voting bloc
In Canada.
and the states.
But how did Trump win is what I'm asking. If you're saying Trump, Gen X's don't vote.
Sorry. Boomers don't like Trump.
Gotcha. So boomer, Gen X
Xers and
different.
millennials.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Boomers.
Gotcha.
Anyone
So-
born between like 1945 and like 1965 or something like that.
Okay, sorry, because you said Gen X's and millennials don't like Trump.
No, they do like Trump.
Do like Trump. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
For the most part, like millennials and
Aaron looks so confused right now.
Gen Z is like pretty conservative.
Which one is Gen X and which one's millennial?
Gen X is like our parents,
Oh.
and then boomers are like anyone born from like
Like our
1945 to
grandparents.
1965. I mean, your parents might be
No.
Gen X.
They're definitely Gen X and not boomers, for sure.
Oh, okay,
I might be a boomer, I think.
I think you're...
you're a boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you think we make you a boomer?
You're old.
Just- sometimes people say that to me. They're like, okay, boomer.
Do you not know how to like use technology properly?
Yeah, sometimes I need help.
With like logging into Snapchat, leaving hateful comments on Facebook.
Well, yeah, I think sometimes I just say things and then people are like, all right, boomer. Like, okay, boomer.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Asian people don't know how to drive.
Yeah.
I said that once, dude. I didn't know 500,000 people were gonna fucking watch, dude. I wasn't saying Asian people can't drive. I was saying that people just like to drive in Richmond if they want to change and get a new car, dude. Like, that's all. That's not fraud. I was saying it was alleging it was fraud, dude.
Yo, people are still debating about that. That's been like weeks now.
awesome, dude.
That's crazy.
Half the comments are like, "This is true." The other half of the comments are like, why are Indian people talking about scams?
Because we be the best at it. Okay, that's a good question. Are Nigerians better at scams than Indians?
I think Indians have taken over the scam thing because Nigerian people.
But is it a quantity over quality thing at this point?
Yeah, I think Indians are doing higher numbers, but Nigerians are getting big bucks. And I think the thing is, when that was popular, the whole like Nigerian Prince email thing, I think they made their money, and whatever Nigerian entity was doing the scam, they're like, we're good. We're good. We have our like gold AK-47s or whatever, and now we're chilling.
We own Nigeria.
Yeah, drinking was a bad idea. And then, like, with the Indian people, like, you know what I mean? Like, they still get all this disrespect online and everything.
Yeah, I mean, they keep making food with their feet, bro.
Yeah, so, like, they're still doing the scams. And Indian people are, you know, heartless.
All right.
I'm going to just double down on that.
Yeah. Okay.
These Indian scammers are heartless.
Yeah, there we go.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they're targeting old people, and they know that old people will start to worry about, oh, this is happening with my bank account. And, you know, old people, like, sometimes their hearing is bad, so they can't tell that, like, you know, this guy who says his name is Jonathan actually has like a very significant Indian accent, and he's like, my name is Jonathan, and like we're gonna listen and be like, the fuck out of here. Whereas old people, like I don't know what I heard, but you're telling me that my money is going away or whatever. I hate that so much. Did you guys watch the Beekeeper movie?
Oh yeah,
Jason Statham?
yeah.
There's literally a movie about this, and it's so cathartic. It's like he essentially. An older lady gets scammed by this call center. The call center's not in India. It's just like an American call center. And she gets scammed and she kills herself.
Oh.
Because the money they stole from her, sorry if this is a spoiler from a movie that came out fucking 2 years ago, but it's like the money they stole from her was money she was managing for charities. So now she lost like, you know, money that she was managing for the less fortunate. So like it's very bad, and she feels this tremendous amount of guilt, and so she kills herself. And then Jason Statham is living on this old lady's property. He's just keeping bees there. And he used to be like this CIA hitman. And he's like, I'm going to fucking find these people that did this to her. And he burns down the call center, fucking beats the shit out of everybody, and goes on this fucking rampage. And the craziest twist, I'll spoil the movie for you because he's already seen it.
Listen, I've watched Jason Statham movie. That sounds like
same shit.
Yeah.
So the biggest plot twist is the guy who's running the scam, the call center, like scam. There's like a chain of call centers. He's a billionaire. The guy who's running it is the president's son.
What the fuck?
The movie ends again. Sorry for spoiling. The movie ends with him like trying to kill the president, not Jason Statham, the son, and then Jason Statham fucking kills him. Like it's so weird. The plot twist when you realize it's the president's son is actually so fucking awesome. Like they do it really well. Where she's like constantly talking to some guy on the phone, and like this is like a guy who used to like be the director of the CIA, and she's trying to get this favor. And people are like, why is she so like tied in with this guy? And then it zooms out and you realize she's the fucking president of the United States.
So you telling me
he's going to say, oh, a woman was a president.
Jason Statham kicks in the door and sees Baron Trump there? This is what you're telling me, bro?
No, dude. No. This was like the guy, Pita from Hunger Games.
Oh, shit.
He plays the president's
son?
Yeah.
And the president is the old lady?
She's not. No.
You told me that a woman was a president, so
Different lady.
The old lady is the one who kills herself.
I hate Jason Statham movies because it's just like too fairy tale-ish, you know?
You just didn't understand what I said. I think that's what the problem is, dude.
No,
but he did have
Americans vote a woman to be president.
I don't know what point this guy's trying to make right now, dude. Yeah,
Canada's
you like the movie?
There's a second one coming out.
There's
Or
a Beekeeper
sequel.
too?
There's like a sequel to that.
No.
Yeah.
The movie that just came out when he's a construction worker. The
Is that
Working
not
Man?
a sequel?
It's not a sequel to Beekeeper.
It looks like a sequel.
It's just
This is another Jason
the
Statham.
same premise.
You know, let me
It's
fact
a
check
one.
that real
Okay,
quick.
essentially the type of movie that you're referring to is called a one-man army movie. You know, or a revenge movie.
Yeah, don't make it academic.
That's not academic.
Don't do that. We can just watch Jason Statham movies, hate them,
Well,
love them at the same time.
revenge movies are like John Wick revenge movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is like a revenge action movies are huge. Like The Equalizer. It's like these one-man army for
Yeah.
kids. Something bad happened in the beginning.
Lorax.
Like it's like the same premise every time. It's like something bad happened to someone he loves in the beginning.
Yeah.
Someone he cares about. And then he has this past that he's like running from.
Yeah.
And then he uses all of those skills to beat
Dude,
up a
I
bunch of
don't
people.
know
And it's
about
awesome.
I don't know about you, but that sounds like the Lorax to me.
Bro, it's
Elaborate.
literally called The Beekeeper 2.
Oh, is there? I
Yeah.
thought you were referring to this movie that just came out, The Working Man.
No. It's The Beekeeper 2, and the
What
stars
is the
Jason
joke?
Statham.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
And I think it says Keanu Reeves here. Let me double check.
Yo,
Keanu
don't
Reeves and
spoil
Jason
it, dude.
Statham. Holy shit!
Don't spoil it. This guy's just making shit up. He's
Yo,
not
no,
even
for
looking
real,
at
yeah.
it.
He's on Instagram Reels right now.
No, I'm on IMDb.com.
No, yeah, this is the Lorax because the Lorax is the protector of the forest, and he needs to find somebody, and he finds the guy who's cutting down the forest, and he fucks him up.
That is not the same movie.
You haven't watched the Lorax.
I
huh?
have watched The Lorax.
I'm the Lorax, the protector of the trees, bro. That's what he
'Cause
said.
So you're saying
Short.
the Lorax is a
And you're
revenge
orange.
action movie?
I think so.
That's so sick. Is there like an animated revenge action movie that's like not like a like an anime or like it's supposed to be that, but like one where it's just like a normal like Pixar film or something, but it has the same like it follows the same.
I was gonna say the
premise.
Boondocks, but I guess
Cars
not.
3.
That's not.
Oh
Is Cars 3 a revenge action movie?
well,
Well, he loses at first, and then
Yeah.
he's like, yo, I want to beat this mother.
But that's an underdog story. That's different.
But he was on top of the world. And when he lost.
Okay.
that's
So,
a
but
good question.
He
So
had won
Cars
like,
3
he
so
had
you're
like
telling me
7 piston cups.
Cars
bro.
3 has
you
the
did what
same
in a cup?
7 piston.
Cars 3 has the same plot as Creed 3?
What's Creed 3?
Creed 3's plot is like he's at the top of the world.
Yeah,
and then he
but
gets
it's
beat.
not
Holy
like it's not
shit.
like his best friend from his childhood shows up. It's this random underdog.
No, that's just Creed.
like next gen guy comes and just
Yo,
he's
you're
like,
telling
"Good
me
luck
that
next year
the
older."
Creed trilogy has the exact same storyline as
Holy
Cars
shit.
trilogy, dude?
Yo, it really does.
That's insane.
Cars came first too.
Yeah,
Holy
they did.
So Creed just copied the Cars plot line, dude?
Yo, that's insane. That's
Okay, so you know what? One thing I've noticed is that the Transformers movies and the Fast and Furious movies follow the same plots. Hear me out.
Okay.
The first movie was mostly about cool cars. Then as it goes on, listen,
I can't tell if you're talking about Transformers or Fast and
well, that's what I'm
Furious.
saying. They follow the same shit.
Yeah, okay.
First
go, go.
Transformers, first Fast and Furious. It's about cool cars.
Cool cars, yeah.
The first 3 movies are sick. And then they make a bunch more movies and it starts to completely trail away from the original kind of, feeling behind it.
Dude, and Optimus Prime's trying to keep his fucking family alive.
He's trying to keep his family alive. And in the, one of the last movies and in that version of the movies where Optimus Prime is there, he, in that last movie, is kind of evil, right? Like he has to betray people because he's being forced by a woman to betray his family and be a bad guy. That's the exact same thing that happens in Fast and Furious 8.
Holy fuck,
And then Fast and
dude.
Furious 9 and 10 is just completely different, and Transformers has completely changed since that last movie.
It's been a long day without
Yeah.
you, my friend. Dude, you fucking cracked the code, dude.
I've always felt that, and nobody's ever agreed with me. I've
No,
never
I
really
agree
talked to
with
people
you.
about this before.
I agree with you. This is a good point.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 8 and Transformers The Last Night, same shit.
You know
Yeah.
what? You're right.
Right?
That's true.
The Fate of the Furious? It's when Vin Diesel's character gets controlled by Charlize Theron's character. Same thing happening with
Quintessa
and Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
I didn't watch any of those movies, so I've
He
never
ain't even seen one Fast
Dude,
and Furious movie.
I watched Tokyo Drift. That's all, dude.
That's the best one.
That's the best
Really?
one.
Okay, he's Asian. He'll tell you.
Nah,
It's
man.
the best one, bro.
What?
It's the one with like the best driving, hands down.
Yeah, I
That's
really
so ironic.
no. Do you think that was like a real like intentional effort to be like we can drive?
Well, it's different. They're street racing. The intention is to like
Be fast
be fast.
and not drive within the lines.
There are no
They
lines.
never do follow the street rules. I will say.
So are they good at driving or bad at driving?
They're
We gotta
amazing at
get to
driving.
the-
No, they're amazing at driving, but amazing at driving in the way that they want to drive.
Yeah.
Like drifting and everything like that.
Yeah, bro.
That's like not normal, driving maneuvers,
Yeah,
but they're good at that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe we're not giving them those opportunities, dude.
Dude, we had a kid in our class, and he was half white, half Asian. And his Asian mom would come pick him up from school, and she would wear gloves before she drove.
Yeah, because she's ready to race. What do you mean, dude?
She was Japanese too, bro.
That's the race that loves to race, bro. Come on. Dude. I wish, no, but on some real shit, Tokyo Drift is the best car movie. Like
think
that
so?
that influenced a generation of car guys. And I'm not a car guy, so I won't speak on their behalf, but the ones I've talked to, they love Tokyo Drift. Like that, like I wish I could go to a place where like, you know, there's like freaking everyone's like hanging out and like they're all showing off their cool cars and it's like a party, but there's also cool cars everywhere. I don't know if car meetups are that way, but if they could try to push to be more like
They
the
do that
car meetups
still.
in Tokyo Drift, that would be so sick. That looked like such a cool vibe, dude.
Yeah, I actually disagree with that statement because I don't think Tokyo Drift is the one that influenced car people the most. I think it's Cars 1 because hear me out, because I think that people watched that and they're like, damn, Sally's kind of bad. And that's when they started getting into cars. When they
Yo, we
realized
might
they
need to do
might
an
be able
age
to.
check
What
on
year
that
did
one.
that come out?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Just Google, what's the car's name that you just referred to that you said?
Sally.
Google what's
Sally was
Sally's
definitely
age?
up.
Sally's old, bro.
Whoa,
She was
whoa, whoa.
old.
Sally ran a hotel, okay? So she's definitely old enough to fucking
Well,
get
she's got
it.
a tramp stamp too.
Yeah, you can't get a. Well,
Was this a real thing that happened to cars? They had
Yeah,
she had-
bro.
Yeah, she has
Okay.
a tramp stamp.
have you heard of the Hear Me Out challenge?
I don't. Do
Yeah,
I want
it's
to know?
like-
Yeah, so everyone, hit it. You know the Hear Me Out
Yeah,
challenge?
you got it.
Okay.
You got it. Let me check the cars.
So the Hear Me Out challenge is everyone will like have like a picture or something of like a hot girl, right? But it's always like a weird thing. So somebody be like, "Yo, hear me out," and then like put a picture of Sally down from Cars. And then
Aw,
you either
damn.
like you're like validated or you're like they're like no, you can't do that. So like it would be like Mrs. Potato Head, it'd be like Sally, it'd be like I don't know what else, man. Bo Peep,
This is diabolical.
Toy Story.
That's crazy. That girl that plays
Sandy.
the piano from Shrek.
You know what?
Yo,
Maybe-
that's the craziest thing. They named Sandy Cheeks, bro. Like the cheeks.
because she's a squirrel.
Squirrel.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Tokyo Drift and Cars, 1 week apart.
Bro, I'm just
Same
telling
year.
you.
Same
Dude.
year.
I'm telling you.
June 9th, 2006, Cars.
I'm
June
telling
16th,
you.
2006.
I'm telling
Tokyo
you,
Drift.
bro. They watched Tokyo Drift. They're like, that's cool. They saw Cars. They're like, we can fuck a car. That's insane.
Yo, maybe they should take our free speech away. Honestly, dude. Maybe like,
If speech cost something, we'd use it properly.
dude, can we check on those places, those parts of the world where they don't have free speech?
Yeah, North
Maybe they're
Korea.
doing
China?
better than us.
Korea.
Because we don't have open access to what's going on in those countries. What if they're thriving?
I would
Because fucking fat idiots like
Shit.
us are not
Well,
saying random shit like this.
Do you think everyone in North Korea looks like Yeonmi Park?
Here we go again.
Because if it does, then we need to get a dictatorship here going quick.
That's crazy.
Wait, what?
nuts.
Wait, what?
You're
No,
crazy,
wait, no.
dude.
Yo,
no.
hit us with the "I love my fiance" real quick.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Stop, dude. We're not doing this challenge. Whoever does this challenge, I guarantee you, they're banned on some social platform. 100,000%, dude. They be doing the most diabolical hear me outs, dude.
What do you think? Ooh, no, we can't hit that.
The ones that you already described are pretty fucking diabolical.
No,
dude.
Mrs. Potato Head. Come on.
Dude, you think that Sally from Cars and Mrs. Potato Head are hot.
No, I don't
But
think
you
that.
think that
I
Haley
think- I don't think that.
Steinfeld is ugly.
Haley Steinfeld has not been hot.
I just want to identify that this
Haley
is what you're
Steinfeld
saying.
seems like a very nice girl. Okay, first of all, she seems like a very nice girl. I have nothing against her. She's a great actor. Do I think she's hot? No. Sally, on the other hand,
Okay.
from Cars, dude.
That's why I think they should take our free speech away, because you shouldn't be platformed. Every time we record an episode of the podcast, I'm like, it's just my fault. I'm guilty for letting him talk. It's wrong, dude.
According to Canadian law, you would be put in prison.
It shouldn't even like that. It's not even that deep, bro. It's not even. No, but you did have some points about this. Like, you're saying that you think that Haley Steinfeld only after the Sinners trailer and everything came out, suddenly people are saying she's hot, but they weren't saying that before.
Dude, I think they saw her fuck a black guy and they're like, wow, she's kind of hot.
Maybe I shouldn't have asked you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should
I
have
don't
asked
think
you
that was the right question to ask for this.
Yeah, my
guy.
bad, dude.
Well, what would have made Haley Steinfeld hot before?
She was always a nice, attractive lady.
I mean, listen, she's a nice girl, and I'm sure some people find her attractive. I just don't.
But you find Sally from Cars attractive, and I just want to
Each their own.
Come on, bro. You never watch Cars. That's why.
I've seen Cars 1.
You never watch Cars. That's why. If you watch Cars 1, 2, and 3, woo, woo.
I don't
Come
know,
on,
dude.
boy.
Was she even in Cars 2?
Haley Steinfeld?
I thought you were talking about Sally.
Oh yeah. She's in all the Cars.
Is she in all the Cars?
Yeah. Come on, she is the car, bro. Come on, man. She is the car.
This is great. Dude. This guy's great.
Do you watch Sinners?
No, I haven't seen it.
I have.
What'd you think of it? No spoilers, because this is actually a good movie.
As like a movie itself, I thought it was pretty good.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 7, a solid 7, maybe like an
Really?
8.
Yeah,
fair.
that's a good score
That's a
for a
fair
movie.
score.
Because I feel like if a movie hits a 5, then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like an enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
Like a 5, I wouldn't leave the house for. 7, 8, yeah, I'd probably leave the house.
Yeah, 7 8 is like a good like movie theater movie because like you can't put a 9 or 10 on just any movie, right?
Dude, 9 or 10
the
is like-
scale
yeah.
has to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think 10 is I don't think you can get there unless you're like Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like once you say something's a 10, like
That's like
you know,
soundtrack.
that has to be the best.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna anything better than that doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
Like
Even
even Lord of the Rings, like
Yeah. That's like a 9.
there's a that's one of like the most famous trilogies ever, but there's a lot of people that don't like the fact that once one movie stops, the next movie fucking starts right where it left off, or the fact that each movie is so fucking long. You know what I mean?
Who
Sounds like
says
a
that?
them problem, bro.
Yeah, that sounds
These
like a
movies
them
are
problem.
great.
Sounds like a they-them problem, dude.
Yeah. He, she.
And that's not a BLT joke. That's just a fact. That's the them problem.
Anyways,
No printer.
So yeah, Sinners. What was your like takeaway of that movie? Like, was it just like a fun vampire movie for you, or was like, yeah, did you like read into it anything?
I went in like blind. Like I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld. Saw some of the cast. I'm like, oh, you guys are cool. Saw it's Ryan Coogler, like the
Yeah,
guy who
that's
directed Black
awesome.
Panther. So I was like,
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna watch this
Who's
movie.
Ryan Coogler?
The guy who directed Black Panther.
Oh,
So it's like,
Wakanda.
okay, it's gonna be good cinematography. And then I saw the guy who did the soundtrack is Ludwig Göransson.
yeah,
Guy who did like Oppenheimer
yeah.
Oh,
and Black Panther as well.
I thought
So
that
I was like,
Kendrick.
yo, this is gonna be, if anything, like, good cinematography and like good soundtrack.
I thought
Yeah.
it was Hans Zimmer that did Oppenheimer. Or maybe he
Was it
did
Hans?
Interstellar.
think
Hans
it's-
Zimmer did Interstellar.
Oh, okay.
Interstellar.
Um,
Ludwig did Oppenheimer.
Oh, okay.
What I really liked about Sinners is like, I think people are tired of like people taking like movies and then like changing out the races of people, because it's just like, why are you being lazy, right?
Yeah.
Sinners is like its own thing, and it's telling a black story, right? Like, and it's a good black story.
For
Like,
the most part, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that shit's real, bro.
with fucking The Little Mermaid's not real.
Yeah.
But like, it was just like annoying to see like you swap out the races just because you're lazy. You don't want to make like
Yeah.
ethnic stories.
I mean, I think the Little Mermaid can be black. She's not a real like. That's just.
She's
I know, but like,
Caribbean.
but like, you're trying
Yeah,
to
oh, she Caribbean. She should be black. then.
She's Caribbean.
Little Mermaid was a bad example, bro.
Little Mermaid
Under
is
the
not
sea, under the sea.
You're gonna tell me
Yeah,
it's
but
not a
Yeah,
Caribbean movie? There's a
Dude,
So then
Jamaican
why the
crab,
fuck
bro.
did they make her a redhead in the first place?
There's redheaded black
Gingers
people.
and yeah.
In the Caribbean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude. The sun is out.
Jaman.
No, but like my whole point is like as executives of movie places, like you have millions of dollars behind you. You can tell an original story. Like,
But
you
do
don't-
you not
because-
know why?
Huh?
Do you not know why they don't tell original stories?
Because it's like a risk. You're taking a risk on like whether it works. or
Yeah,
not.
it's an IP issue, right?
But like the thing is, this is a original IP. It's making
fantastic.
Tons
It's
of
amazing,
money.
which is good. It's a good direction for that change,
So
right?
the point is, stop remaking fucking movies. Stop swapping out the characters just because you're too lazy to write new shit.
So it's not even that they're lazy, because there's so many creative like filmmakers out there that want to tell original stories, but it's the
Give
people
them a
that it's the
fucking
executives, the people that are responsible for it, that need to make money. So they're looking at it as a business. They're like, okay,
No, that's fucked up though, because like
I get that it's fucked up, but I'm trying to explain this is what happens, right? So they're saying, okay,
you're
we
defending
can-
multi-million-dollar companies right now.
I'm
I just
not
want you to know
defending
that.
it. I'm trying to explain to you why they haven't been doing it. That's not me defending it. Okay, if you want to make your point without context, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Continue. I'll
All
just
I'm
fuck
saying is
myself.
you have millions of dollars behind you.
Right. Oh, I forgot. This is supposed to be a podcast. I don't know. Go ahead. Keep talking. My bad, dude.
Yo, come
We
on.
shouldn't have a conversation.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Just make whatever point you want to make with no context. Go ahead.
No, dude. Like, well, no. Make your point. I want to hear what you.
I'm saying that it's been a problem because these executives are responsible for whether or not a movie gets made. It's not like an amazing director like Ryan Coogler's going, I want to make this film. This is an amazing film. I like this script. I think it's an original story. I'm going to get these actors involved, and I think it'll be a masterpiece. The executives are going, okay, well, we could make Mario because we can then sell a bunch of Mario toys after. Do you know that the biggest franchise in film, the one that makes the most money outside of the film, is Star Wars? Star Wars has made TV shows. Star Wars has made every single fucking toy possible. Like, George Lucas is a multi-billionaire. The only reason that that's successful is because of the fact that you can create all these other things. They're not going to be Sinners toys. Do you know what I mean?
I get
so
that.
it has to become a business. So that's the problem that's been occurring for so long, and that's why a movie like Sinners is so amazing.
Yeah.
Because now you're stepping in the direction of like, okay, we can make movies again.
Well-
because we could have for a while, but a situation like COVID, you're not going to the movie theater. You're not like watching movies because it's like an amazing movie. You're watching it to buy shit about it or be able to watch it.
No,
and all
I
this
think
stuff.
I think the disconnect, because I know you're just trying to like tell me like their perspective or something, but I think we lost the plot somewhere, because at one point, George Lucas was just some fucking guy trying to write like a book, or like he was just writing some shit about wars in space, right? Like, this wasn't an IP thing where they were like, yeah, we can make some fucking good money off of this. He was just writing something because he was passionate about it, and then it worked, right? And then, like, at some point, Disney lost the plot. They stopped making, like, cartoons. They stopped pushing the envelope. Like, the guy who made Shrek, he worked for Disney. And then they fired him because they were like, oh, well, we're just going to, like, run off the IP we already have. We don't need you to come and, like, write random shit. Because he kept pushing to write more stuff. And then right after he got fired from Disney, he started up DreamWorks by himself, made Shrek, and now DreamWorks is like the number one, like, what is it?
Animation studio.
They're just like the number one competitor.
To Disney, because they make all this like.
I think
good
you're
movies.
confused because I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying that Star
No,
Wars was an
no.
existing IP. I'm saying that because of the success of something that became intellectual property that could then become a million other things, they're like, okay, well, we're only going to make movies that we can use the Star Wars platform for. So, like, okay, we can make Mario, we can make
Yeah.
Barbie and things like that. Like, if you watch that show Studio,
Barbie movie was
there's a
good.
new show on
Yeah.
Apple TV called Studio, and they explain this really well, where this guy, so Seth Rogen's character essentially is now in charge of a studio, and he's one of these guys where it's like, oh, I really want to like encourage like amazing filmmakers, you know, I want to find like the next Martin Scorsese. I want to like be able to do this, make these amazing films. And then his first project is having to make a movie based on the Kool-Aid Man. So it's like this big thing, like it's something that everyone understands. And as I think COVID really made everyone focused on how much money can you make as much as possible, as fast as possible, because everything was shut down. And now the further we get from COVID, the more things start to normalize again. And we can go into this situation where like, okay, we want to make a movie like Sinners, or we can have a TV show like Studio where we identify that this is going on and everyone is doing this because of a movie like Barbie or all the fucking, or Mario and shit like
Barbie
that.
was good, dude. Barbie was a good movie.
And if you watch Studio, you'll know that the reason that, you know, like maybe a good filmmaker or somebody who is an actual film enthusiast thinks it's good is because Greta Gerwig directed it. And essentially, in this episode of Studio, in the first episode, what he has to do is make a Kool-Aid movie, And he goes to meet Martin Scorsese about a different project. And Martin Scorsese is writing a script on the Jonestown Massacre. And Seth Rogen goes, so technically your movie's about Kool-Aid? And so he's like, I'm killing two birds with one stone. I get to be the executive responsible for a movie that's going to be made by an amazing filmmaker, and I get to satisfy all the heads that want, investment and return, and I want this IP movie made, right? That's just I'm trying to explain that, and I agree with you. There's no disconnect. No, we're both saying the same thing.
No. I'm just trying to argue with you for the sake of
But it's pointless, and it makes it for an ineffective podcast.
I think in 2020, if we started making good movies, though, people would have paid to watch at home or something, right? It's just I think people really seek out that authenticity, right? Yeah. And it always comes down to that. It's just is it a real thing? Is it someone's passion? Are you good at it? All these things come into a account, and if you were able to do something like that, then people will pay for it. People will go see it. Sinners is a great example. Early Disney is a great example of people who were just hey, we really want to make animated movies, and this is going to be good, and we're going to try hard, and it's going to be we lost it somewhere, and everything became about dollars and cents. Yeah. And now we just do remakes of fucking Lion King.
It's crazy because I would say you're a pretty capitalist guy.
I'd say so.
But the problem you're identifying with it is capitalism.
Well, yeah,
because the problem is okay, so this is a really interesting thing. You always make the joke about how do you know WWE is fake? You make that ironic joke, right? Yeah. And WWE and someone is gonna have a counterpoint to this. So just I don't think WWE would still be around the way it is if they couldn't make a bunch of toys and T-shirts. That's what makes them money, right? The people who make the most money, the wrestlers who make the most money, don't make the most money because they have the best characters. Sure, it contributes to that, but if they're selling the most merchandise, like someone like John Cena turned heel. He's now a bad guy. He still wears all the same shirts because it still sells fucking hotcakes. So it's I think that, and being the fact that I was in fucking film school, we do talk about this, right? And it's it's so hard for someone who wants to make an exciting film to make a film because the ones that succeed and the ones that people invest in are always the ones where okay, but how can we roll out a bunch of other stuff to make? Which is why I keep making the example of Star Wars. I used to make this example during film school too. It's Star Wars was an amazing series of movies.
Yeah, totally.
The first trilogy was so creative and amazing, and even the prequels were great, right? Yeah. These were amazing films, but it's it is such a multi-billion-dollar franchise that it now set a precedent that if you can do that too, and then you have something like Avengers where the Marvel movies are awesome. Iron Man was an amazing movie, right?
Yes.
But now we're watching, okay, how can we now they're looking at they're going ooh, a comic book character. Boom, even if it takes us even if we only have to film this in 3 months, let's get it out. Because then we can sell the toys, we can sell the T-shirts.
Yeah.
Because kids, the thing is, I watched shitty movies when I was a kid. When I was fucking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, even until I was fucking 18 years old, there was movies that I fucking watched that I thought were fucking amazing. You do not have to make a good product for a kid. You just have to make a product that has fucking a character that becomes really big and is green, or you have a character that's flying around, and a kid is going to be holy shit, I want the toys, I want to watch this all the time. There will always make that money, and so it's tough. But once these studios realize, okay, we can do this and we can do the other thing too.
Yeah, I think what's interesting though is that at one point Iron Man wasn't a sure thing.
Right.
Yeah.
When they first started the Iron Man movie, it wasn't a sure thing.
Yeah.
Iron Man, first of all, was not a super popular comic book character.
Yeah.
He was kind of a B-list character.
Yeah.
And then you got to think too, the Hulk movies were before that. Spider-Man was before that. A bunch of movies came out before that did decently well, and then the Hulk was kind of the tanking one. Mm-hmm. And so Iron Man was not this was a real roll of the dice thing that Marvel did.
Yeah. So it was low budget too, which is crazy.
And then
low budget.
Yeah. Well, and then all of a sudden it blows up, and so now they're trying to milk the shit out of it, and that's why they have fucking this guy coming back as Doctor Doom, which is the worst thing ever.
Do you think it's a play? Do you think it's I don't know. What's it called when it's a diversion? Do you think it's They're trying to make us think it's this
Maybe.
thing and then it's another thing.
Yeah.
Like if he dies in the first 5 seconds of the movie, that would be kind of lit.
Well, because like everyone brings up like because so many people theorize about like even like during the before Infinity War Endgame, like every time a new Marvel movie would come out when they were really huge, there was always fan theories, right? Like you remember the Mephisto stuff,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Like
a while
during WandaVision and stuff. So it's like people always theorize stuff, and then people bring up like, oh well, there was some comic series, and maybe you know more about this. Is like when Iron Man becomes a type of Doctor Doom, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people are like, oh, they're just gonna do that.
Well, they switch bodies.
They,
is
yeah.
what
So
happens.
they're just thinking like that's.
But
what
the thing is,
happens.
the universe that we're in doesn't have an Iron Man. Like Iron Man is now dead and gone.
Yeah, but the multiverse,
Yeah, so I don't
explain
know.
that or
I don't
something.
know how they're gonna get there. I'm excited to watch the Thunderbolts because I feel like
That's already out, right?
I think so. I think Thunderbolts is already out.
You think they're gonna introduce multiversal stuff?
No, I don't know. I just like I want like Marvel to get back to like what they were good at, bro.
Yeah. I like the
just,
grounded stuff.
Yeah, like well, even like well, the thing is, multiverse stuff didn't even work in the fucking comics, and they could go anywhere on the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, I don't know. I don't know why they went into it so hard on this one in the movies here, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the Thunderbolts because it seems like it's just like gonna be like classic, like a good Marvel movie, a lot of action, some like character development, and just like a fun movie to watch, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think like, they like have to do a lot of correcting, which kind of sucks. And like you can feel that, like where like they made like a couple flops, and now they have to kind of dig themselves out of it, and you're kind of feeling that. And so it's like if they just were more patient, I feel like things would have been great. But I think COVID just fucked a lot of things up. COVID became a thing where it's like, okay, now you can just make a bunch of series or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And things you can kind of break down like when you film and stuff like that, but you
Yeah.
can split them between episodes, etc. So it's like, yeah, it's tough, but I think like they're going to start going in a good direction again. I kind of trust the Russo brothers, and I trust like the involvement of Robert Downey Jr. because like he's not going to fail now, dude. Like he's too.
It's hard to.
It's so hard. It's so hard to, like people are going to just be so excited that he's in the movie. You know what I mean?
Fake fans, dude. Fake fans
They're all
everywhere,
fake
bro.
fans.
Fake-
Or-
Well, I see a lot of people saying that Cillian Murphy should be Doctor Doom, and that'd be so sick.
Cillian Murphy would make a great Doctor Doom.
Yeah, but I think that there's certain people that I just don't know if they're going to get involved in like Marvel.
I don't think
Cillian
He's the
Murphy's
type.
definitely the type
Yeah.
of guy where he's like, I'm literally fucking Thomas Shelby. I don't need to. I don't need to be your Doctor Doom.
Thomas
Well, he was
fucking Shelby.
Scarecrow.
That's
He was-
true,
he was a
but
great
but
Scarecrow.
this is a great example because the Dark Knight trilogy
Is this a
is not
It's Christopher
it
Nolan.
doesn't have that kind of like Mario or Barbie vibe to it. Like the Avengers movies towards the second, the last,
Phase 4.
eight years of Marvel feels like that. It feels
Yeah.
like, ooh, we saw Star Wars and now we see where we can make a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of money. We're just gonna put out as much shit as possible. The Dark Knight trilogy doesn't feel like that at all
No.
because there was no intention to take it anywhere else except for those three movies. And yeah, Cillian Murphy recognized like it, and the thing is, Christopher Nolan has certain actors he always works with.
Oh yeah.
Cillian Murphy, fucking, Leonardo
Bale.
DiCaprio, Christian Bale, like these guys, Tom Hardy, like these guys are Christopher Nolan fucking caliber actors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that'll always be the case. Like that's different. Like him playing Scarecrow is different. That Christian Bale, I was surprised that he played fucking the character that he played in the Thor movie. Because Christian Bale is very much like I am only going to do
yeah.
Oscar-winning roles where I become really fucking skinny. You know what I mean? And I love Christian Bale. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
I think
it's a
they
surprise.
Yeah, I think they fucked that roll up for him because he could have been a really good
And you could
gore.
feel that.
Like
Right.
he was like.
You could feel like this guy
bro.
was ready to take on an amazing
Yeah.
role, and they just were like, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, let's just kidnap the kids, and was just
Yeah,
okay.
that's
with
how
it.
I felt with Tom Hardy and Venom. I was like, oh, they have them in this like kind of sub franchise where it's just like
Yeah.
meant for competition, but you have Tom Hardy fucking playing Venom, and he was ready to just fucking crush that role.
Yeah.
And it was still like great movies or whatever, but like they were like what you would describe as like a mid-level on the scale where it's like
Yeah.
it's fun to go watch it in the theaters maybe, but it's not like necessarily something where this is like one of the best movies
Yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks because I love Tom Hardy more than
Yeah.
anyone in the world.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Great actor.
I would kill both of you right now if Tom Hardy told me to. I would do anything he says.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Would you?
don't make it sexual.
Well, no, I'm just like wondering, like,
But
if Tom
yes.
Hardy was like, "Yo,
I'm sucking it.
yeah,"
Anyway.
Yo, speaking of Dark Knights and sucking it, bro.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, he's No.
Crazy, bro.
Please ask your question.
I was gonna ask about Kanye West. Bro. You heard about that shit, bro?
Kanye West,
You heard about that shit?
Yeah, I don't
the
know because
cousin stuff?
it's probably deleted by now. But read us the tweet, bro.
I didn't even know there was a tweet, bro. I just
Was that not a tweet?
It was in the song.
It was in the
Lyrics
song.
for a song.
It was in the song.
He
Sorry,
wrote a
about it.
song about. He was like,
Give us the context, bro.
yo, let me look it up. But yeah, talk about it. You heard about it?
No, I didn't. I was asking. Yeah, I'll take a
you
quick.
heard about it?
Well,
piss break. You bring it
I
up.
only
You
know,
pull it
like,
up.
okay, we'll do a piss break.
And I remember waking up one day and being like, "Yo, Kanye sucked his cousin's dick," and I'm like, "Yo, what?"
The
No way.
The only reason I heard about it was because I saw a picture of Kanye West putting on braces. Like
Yeah.
he's like getting his mouth wired shut. He's
Oh,
like,
it wasn't a car accident.
yeah. He's like, they said it was a car accident, but they wired my mouth shut, so I'd stop sucking my cousin's dick. I was like, what doctor did you go
I
to,
saw
dude?
that, dude, man. So the memes people be like, "Yo, man, like I can't fuck with Ye, but I like Kanye," and it'd be like Ye's like. The lyrics like, "Yeah, I sucked my cousin's dick," and they're comparing it to like graduation. They're like, I can't believe it's the same person.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane, right?
That's nuts to me, man.
You think this is real? You think he actually sucked his cousin's dick?
I don't think so, but it's Kanye. Like you never know, right? Like
Yeah.
he's just always out there. He's kind of like, but I think that's why people love him so much. He's just like. Says whatever the hell he wants, does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah. No, I agree. Fuck, I'm on screen time right now, so I can't even open YouTube. Let me just unblock that shit.
Do you want me to open it?
No, it's okay. I got
Sure.
it. I use my emergency shoot. It's because I be watching too much YouTube during the day, bro.
You on your phone that much?
I like listen to like just like YouTube videos. Like I'll
Oh yeah, I
listen to,
feel
like,
that, like shorts and stuff.
well, no,
sometimes.
like Geography Now. You know that guy?
No.
He just talks about like borders and shit. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, I listen to that
Okay.
while I
I
work.
can fuck with that. I will say though, side note,
Yeah.
back to the I really like A24 Studios because they're giving like people who are like really creative like a platform to do this shit. Like I followed the Filipino brothers for so long, bro.
Right.
They're on YouTube. They're Raka Raka.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from like Australia. They do a bunch of crazy stuff. Like I think I've showed you like it'd be like, you know, Ronald McDonald, he finds out like kids aren't eating like his Happy Meals and he gets pissed off and like beats them up. Like that's the stuff they make. And it's super like violent.
Jesus Christ.
Or it'll be like Harry Potter versus the like Iron Man and shit. It's
What
like
the heck? Yeah.
like they really like do a good job for like their
Okay.
cinematography. So like I remember when they did Talk to Me and I was like, yo, I know these guys, like
Yeah.
and to see them do you could see where their like YouTube roots are like pushing into like into the
interesting,
movie,
yeah.
which is cool. And I'm happy like they're out there. Shout
Yeah,
out
man.
Raka Raka. That's a great YouTube channel.
To Raka Raka. Yeah, dude, I'm a fan of like some of the A24 films. Like I think A24 did like that new Warfare movie. I haven't seen it
Was
yet.
that them too?
I think it's A24 as well. I might be wrong
I want
about
to
that.
watch it.
But like yeah, like and then they're releasing like the Smashing Machine, I think it's called. The one where The Rock plays Mark Kerr.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
them as well?
Yeah, I
Oh.
think that's his name, Mark Kerr. Let me actually search this up.
Yeah. For the most part, I just know them for the work they're doing in like the horror genre. Because they're doing wonders in the horror genre, man.
Right.
Like they're like the last few good horror movies that I've seen have been like A24 Studios. Because they did I think Hereditary, that's A24. And then they did Talk to Me. What's
Yeah,
the
it's
other
Mark Kerr.
movie that's like same Ari Aster? Oh, Midsommar. I think that's A24 Studios as well. Like there's a lot of good movies into that studio name, like in the horror genre.
Did you see The Heretic?
Heretic, yeah, that's them too.
That's how,
yeah,
that
it's
one
a
was
good
a good
movie.
one.
I
Yeah,
really
that
like
was a
that
good
one.
movie. That was really well. It's just like it just felt so different and like unique.
Yeah,
Like I like when you can like put an entire movie in like the same setting.
oh yeah,
Like they never left that house, that
No.
whole movie, right? And like I mean, obviously it was a film set and everything like that. But like
Yeah.
the premise was like, okay, this is all taking place in one place. And when you're somebody who wants to make films, like for me, like for example,
Yeah.
like I really want to make movies and stuff. It's like I start to feel kind of like, oh, I can't write this because I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this because it's like I need this set and I need that set and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I make something that's interesting that's just happening in a house and I can just
Yeah.
film in a house the whole time? And like Heretic made me feel like, oh, like that's actually something cool. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it goes in these different directions where they're definitely not in a house anymore and stuff. But like I thought it was interesting. I think that was filmed in like Hope or something like that.
Was it
Like,
really?
it was locally
Yeah.
filmed. Yeah, I like that movie because it was definitely like a different. Yeah, it was like it went in a different direction than normal movies go in.
I mean, even Hereditary, half that movie's filmed in the same house. Like
Oh, is it?
over like 50% of that movie is like they're at their house.
Yeah, I don't like that movie.
You
I
don't
know
like that
everyone loves Hereditary. I don't like movies where they're like hurting kids significantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's like
that
a
makes
big
sense.
like for me. It's like, oh, I just feel so unnecessary. So then I get like, it's
Yeah.
hard for me to like focus on the movie afterwards.
Yeah.
And I know that's just like a personal thing. It's so subjective to me.
No, that's fine.
Because like a lot of people can separate from that and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, it's setting something up and it gives you this feeling of shock or it gives you this feeling of like, you know, depression where
Yeah.
you're like, okay, now I have the feeling I'm supposed to have to then understand the rest of the movie. And for me, it's like, well, that just makes you not want to watch the rest of the movie.
Well, granted, it happens like the first 10
That's what I'm
minutes of the
saying.
movie
Yeah, yeah,
too.
it's
So
so
you're like, oh,
early
what
on.
the fuck?
Yeah,
You're
it happens so
it's
early
hard to
on.
detach because I was pretty. I was like, yo, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're a little bit more like desensitized to stuff.
Yeah,
So you're like able to
absolutely.
like be like, okay, it's just a movie and kind of move on.
It did take me a second watch
Yeah.
before I was like, okay, I could detach from like the first 10 minutes of this movie.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
me, it's like I saw that and I just turned the movie off.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. Like, yeah. And so I still don't really know exactly what happens in the movie afterwards, but I understand that so many people love it. And like, it's like, yeah, I think
Yeah.
if you could just do something different and you can take things in a direction where like, I really like the concept of like changing expectations where you think something's going in one direction and then suddenly it goes in like another direction.
Yeah.
And that's not just to say like twist endings or stuff like that, but just like, you know, you building up tension and then redirecting it. I feel like that kind of like emotional kind of roller coaster that you go on in
Yeah.
movies makes me like really engaged in it. Where I'm like, oh, dude, I thought this was happening, and I thought that was happening. There was this one movie recently on Netflix. I can't remember. It stars Taron Egerton, and he's like a airport security.
Oh yeah.
What's it
like
called?
I forget what it's called, but it has like the red ribbon on the fucking suitcase. Like he puts the
yeah. That
earpiece
movie,
in.
like. That was the first time in a while where like I'm watching a movie and I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, I thought that was. I think like Jason Bateman as a bad guy.
Oh,
Like,
so good.
dude. That was like a twist for me because I've never seen him in a role that's like like that. But like he did it so well to be like so like
Yeah, what's that
like
movie called?
sociopathic. Like here, let me check. Darren Egerton movies.
Carry On.
Carry On.
So it's called Carry On. Yeah, like I watched that movie and like I know it's just like it was supposed to be just like a random Netflix movie,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't even know what really set it apart, but I just kind of felt the whole time where I was expecting it to go in one direction, it kept going in another
Mm-hmm.
direction. And I was really backing up Taron Egerton's character. I think when
Yeah.
a movie does a good job of making you care about the protagonist, it's like a lot easier to follow the rest of the movie. It's like you have a movie where you like the protagonist you don't really feel like I want this character to like accomplish its goals. Like
You're
I
like,
hate
fuck this guy. You don't even you don't even like that guy. You like the other guy at that point.
yeah.
Like the other guy's cool. Like he's got relationships with his minions and stuff. Like he knows what's going on with their lives. And the main character's like probably hasn't spoken the half of the movie. He's probably killed like 30 guys and does not give a fuck at all.
Yeah, I think like it's such like a cliche to say it, but like it's like if you don't care about the main character, it's how are you going to care about the movie?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes a movie has a really great antagonist, and that makes the movie great. Or you know, they're just able to, you know, portray the story that they're trying to accomplish in such a good way that makes you engaged. But I think like if you were just to dumb it down, it's like, how do you make me care about this guy and what his goals are throughout the movie to make me like stay intrigued about it? And I think that's a disparity that I had in Hereditary, where I'm like, this guy just was responsible for his little sister getting killed. I don't care about this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to know where the rest of the movie goes after this or what he has to do. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm just like a old head about it.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to like connect when someone's like, you said you watched them, like, not to spoil them. I mean, fuck, whatever. Spoil the movie. It's old. Like, she's having an allergy attack, and he's like, "Yeah, no, you're gonna. Here's some water. You're gonna be fine."
Yeah, it's like
Stick your head out the window while I drive at 100 miles an hour because you have an allergy attack. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and I get like maybe some people will be like,
Yeah.
okay, but he's like a panicked like teenager or something like that. So it's
Yeah.
like you can understand that like he doesn't know what to do in the situation, and then he was being selfish at first, but now his little sister is having an emergency, so he's trying to like handle the situation, but he's a kid, so he doesn't know how to handle it. But it's like for me, it's like he's just a piece of shit. I don't
Yeah.
care how old he is to
Yeah.
be a piece of shit. If he's getting his little sister killed, he's a fucking piece of shit. I don't care about him the rest of the movie.
Well,
It's
like
so hard.
911, bro. Like your parents never teach you 911.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
come on.
oh yeah, you're having an allergy attack and you're about to die. Let me drive you home. That's the solution.
Yeah, dude. Maybe it's because like it's been so
What?
long since I've been a teenager. Like I can't really connect or be like, oh, I
Yeah.
can understand why he's why he's not making the right decisions in the moment. But it's like, I don't think you gave me enough to care about with
Yeah.
him to then like back that up and be like, oh yeah, like he's
Yeah.
just scared and confused, and so it's like, oh, it's a really sad situation to be in, and it is a sad situation, but it's also his fault.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If it had happened halfway into the movie, as opposed to like 10 minutes in, they're dead. It would have been different.
Well, yeah. Well, as long as they gave us enough to be like,
Yeah.
okay, we understand what this kid's motivation is. We understand why. Like, he's all scared and he doesn't know how to handle this, and he has this like traumatic past or whatever that makes him like not able to handle the situation. And it's really unfortunate that it happened, but it's sad. And now we want to know where it goes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't feel like I was given enough to be like, I support this guy.
Yeah.
So as soon as the little girl died, I'm like,
Whatever.
fuck this movie.
Yeah.
I'm turning this off.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like,
Hereditary.
have you ever seen Hereditary?
I have watched Hereditary.
So the point I was making was like I never really watch past when the little girl dies because I find it hard to watch like movies where like kids or animals are being harmed or whatever, and like so for me it's like a lot of people make the point of like, okay, but he's like a scared teenager and he doesn't know what to do in that situation, and that's what causes something bad to happen, and then you want to know what happens afterwards. But I'm just making the point that I don't feel like I was given enough information about this other guy to then support him. As soon as the girl died, I mean, even when she was having her allergy attack or whatever, I was like, I hate this guy. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's selfish. Like he's a loser. Like
He's
fuck
trying
this
to.
guy.
He's literally trying to smash as this girl is like dying.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's just for me, it's like maybe it's just been so long since I've been a
Yeah.
teenager, but like, I don't remember being that much of a piece of
No.
shit where I'm like risking someone else's life.
No.
You know what I
Much
mean?
less your
For the
sister.
nut is crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just like for me, I'm like,
That's-
I don't support him, so I never watched the movie. But it's literally like one of the most famous original IP fucking horror movies out there.
Yeah.
We were talking about A24. Essentially, this is where
Yeah.
everything went. Was we were talking about how A24 makes a lot of original movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's about a existing, a real life story or anything like that, they are original movies and they're really popular these days. And
Yeah.
like they made some of the most famous horror movies like
Yeah.
Hereditary and Midsommar.
Yeah. I really liked Midsommar. I thought that was like a good movie.
Again, I didn't like it. I felt like it was a lot of like I'm trying to be like edgy and provocative for the sake of being edgy and provocative.
Really?
Whereas like a movie like
What did you think? Well, sorry. No, sorry, go ahead.
well, I was saying like we were talking about Heretic is a movie from A24 where I felt like that was a very original like kind of horror story or kind of thriller story where it's like okay, like there's some like real elements to it where it's like okay, you're in a home with like a strange man and you feel like you can't get out. Like that's a very real thing that can happen, and then it goes in this kind of funky direction of like, oh, like is this supernatural, is it not supernatural, but it just kept setting up expectations and derailing it. And I really like when that happens, and I feel like in something like Midsommar, sure, it has elements of that where it's like, oh, you think that the story's going one way and it's going another, and I can understand why that's cool and intriguing, but I feel like a lot of what they show and a lot of what they're trying to do is like, look how edgy our movie is, look how provocative it is, look how shocking it is. Like shock has existed in horror movies through jump scares and everything like that.
Yeah.
But in Midsommar, it's very like, here's all this random gore during this like very like there's a stark contrast between like this beautiful white clothing and all these flowers and these rituals that are taking place, and then this gore. So it's like it has this contrast that people are really like buying into, and it has that changing of expectations. So I understand why the movie was really popular, but I don't like this like aspect of like, look how edgy we are because we're watching someone's head get smashed in. You know what I mean? This isn't an action movie. This isn't like a movie where that's expected. So now if we're doing it, look how edgy we are. Look at the Blood Eagle sacrifice. Oh, it's so gory and gross, but it's like really quiet. So that contrast makes it super edgy. And I don't like that. I
really like the story for like what it shared about like the people that were there, right? Like the group of friends that come there was like the guy and like the girlfriend, and then the guy's like, he's like not a great guy, he's not a terrible guy, but like, you know, he's kind of a little bit of a piece of shit. Yeah. And then like the whole like throughout the whole story, he's like kind of revealing more and more of like that he's a piece of shit, and then it gets to the one point where they're like, hey, like, can you like breed with this girl? And he's like, well, fuck, sure, why not? Right? Yeah. Like, he kind of like takes advantage of the opportunity he has, even though he's supposed to be like in love and with a girl that like he's with. Right. And then it goes through her like thing too, where she's like kind of an annoying, clingy girlfriend, and then like she like in killing her, you know. I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, it's old now. Yeah. So that's on you. But like in killing her like boyfriend or whatever, she like grows out of that like clinginess, but she still is clinging on to like the society that she's with, right? Yeah. Like she just switched her clinginess. So like I don't know, it's just like an interesting like thing, pathology into like human behavior.
Well, I will say, like, remembering the movie, he was an asshole from like the start. Like there was no like tinge of like, oh, he's kind of an asshole.
Well, he was just like kind of an asshole because he wasn't like cheating on his girlfriend regularly.
Her parents killed themselves and her sister. She goes to his house crying, and he says, yo, is it cool if like we still go still go to this trip even though your parents died? Yeah, no, and she's like, yo, why the fuck would you ask me that right now?
Yeah. No, that is super fucked up. But she's also like, I mean, I kind of forgot that happened. Yeah. But she is kind of
that's
just
like
the
first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Anyways, no one wants to hear our take. Do people want to hear our takes about movies?
I'm sure they do.
Dude, we had a pretty good conversation.
Film artist
dude, the Lorax is the greatest movie of all time, dog.
Hell yeah. What were we talking about before we did our bathroom break? You were pulling something else. Yeah, pull up the Kanye West. Yeah.
Bro, okay.
That's the whole reason we took a break in the first place.
Dude, the lyrics of this.
You took a fat shit in between.
100%. 100%. Whiskey will make me do that, bro. Okay, so the fucking lyrics of this song are insane. Hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen two N-words kiss. We ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. Alright? That's when I gave my cousin head. Gave my cousin head. Gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. You ever watch porn and been like, fuck, I want to suck some dick right now, dude?
That's crazy.
Don't think I'd ever be asked that question before. No, I haven't. But like, this is a real thing that happened. Yeah. Do you think Do you think that the things that Kanye West says nowadays are true, or does he know exactly the right thing to say to have everyone talk about it?
The latter one.
Yeah.
He's just trying to be like, trying to get attention, right? That's just what he's trying to do, bro.
Because I think he just kind of knows like what is either the thing to say or what's trendy or what will get him attention, and then.
But this is the fucked up thing. Is like maybe he did suck his like cousin's dick, and he's like trying to come out about it.
He also does seem like someone with an incrable amount of trauma.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he would give incredible head. What about Kanye makes you think that, bro?
Well, did you hear like what he talked about? Like, the reason why I got like wires in my mouth. Remember we got no cracks in you? Yeah, they put wire in my mouth, not because like I got no cracks in it, but it was to stop me from sucking my cousin's dick.
See, now this is why I feel like it's trolling, right? Like I feel like
that's crazy, bro.
He's just saying things because he knows people are going to talk about.
Do you think you would have believed it before he came out with the Nazi shirts?
Yeah.
The gay thing?
You know,
Yeah.
I think
the Nazi shirts got me like, all right, this guy doesn't mean anything he says.
yeah, I feel like he's just trolling because he knows that like if you say things about the Jewish people,
yeah,
it's gonna get you attention
Yeah.
because it's true.
yeah. Well, it's got me thinking now because he's like, yo, like they wired my mouth shut. What was the name of that album that came out when they were My Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yeah.
Name of the album, bro.
Right. You're thinking he has dark twisted fantasies about his cousin?
Yeah. They wired his mouth shut. He just said they wired my mouth shut, so I stopped sucking his
That
dick.
song
bro.
wasn't on Dark Twisted Fantasy.
That's the name of the album.
Yeah, but when he had his
No, but I'm saying
his jaw
they-
wired shut, that
No, that
wasn't
was-
during that album.
It was.
No.
Bro, I don't even
Yeah,
know
it
if
was.
this is right or not.
Was it
but
not?
his cousin is
Was
in
it?
prison,
Which one?
so he can't even defend himself.
Well, we know what he's,
He's
up
just
to. Come on.
he's in the cell. He's yelling, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!"
No, for real, dude. No, I think that's the worst part about this whole situation is a casualty on the fucking thing. You know?
Yeah, let me just check.
Yeah, the poor cousin can't defend himself.
Can't even defend himself right now.
I'm just checking what album it's on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dark Twisted.
No, it's on College Dropout.
Is it College Dropout?
Yeah.
Man,
My
Never-
bad, dude.
never
I didn't
mind,
mean to.
bro.
I didn't mean to debunk you like so quick. I
That
was so confused.
sucks,
I'm
bro.
like, Through the Wire was on College Dropout, and Through the Wire is about that.
About sucking dick?
No, it's about his jaw.
Through the Wire. Yeah, that's that song. You know that song?
No. I don't know Kanye West like that.
All right.
You look like Kanye West.
I look like a guy who could suck his cousin's
Whoa,
dick.
dude. That's crazy. You told me recently that you look like Michael B. Jordan. Do you
Who?
still? You said that
I didn't say that.
on the phone. Yeah, you were
I didn't
like,
say
"Well,
that.
I look like Michael B. Jordan."
No, I look like that fucking...
You said you look like Michael B.
no,
Jordan, or you
the
said he looked like Michael
the
B. Jordan?
Marlon Williams kid.
Warren Wayans?
Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah, I look like Damon Wayans Jr.
You
when
do
he
look.
smiles.
You do look like Damon Wayans
Because
Jr.
he like his eyes could.
Yeah, you actually do look. That's crazy. I watched Papa's House. By the way, it got canceled, which really sucks. Great
Damn.
little sitcom. Quick little if you want to laugh. Papa's House. Shout out to that show, but it got canceled. Damon Wayans Jr. looks just like you.
Dude,
Y'all look alike.
Damien
100%.
Wayne.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah. No, Damon Wayans Jr. is a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's very gay in that show. I can't lie to you. We can't escape those allegations.
Let's.
Every time he kisses his dad on the cheek and he lifts his back leg up. His back leg. He lifts his leg up.
Do you think if Damon Wayans Jr.'s cousin was around, he'd... You think he'd suck it? You think he'd suck it?
No, they wire his mouth shut, bro.
No, but it actually sucks that show is getting canceled. I'm not big into like laugh track shows in 2025,
Definitely
but
not.
I definitely enjoy that show. And if they just took the laugh track out, I'd still laugh at all the parts that are supposed to be funny. Because you're literally talking about the fucking Wayans. They're the only reason that comedy exists in movies. You know what I mean?
That's
like they're the fucking funniest people on the planet.
Is that-
if
is
they
that
make
true?
I'm exaggerating, but like
No,
if
it's
they
facts,
if
bro.
they make a fucking sitcom, it's gonna be funny. They don't need to have the laugh track in there.
I don't understand why you put laugh tracks in a TV show.
Well, I think that it might actually be filmed in front of a live studio audience, so
Yeah.
the laugh is there. But I just don't film it in front of the audience. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
fair enough.
Like, like New Girl, for example, that's technically a sitcom, even though it's kind of not filmed as a multicam. But like, that doesn't have a laugh track. But I laugh like crazy in that show. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I laughed like
Yeah.
a fucking maniac in that show. Something like The Office or Parks and Rec. Like these shows are all like, they might be the mockumentary style, but they're still like sitcoms, like Modern Family, and like there's no laugh tracks.
Yeah, Modern
Show is
Family
funny.
doesn't have... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have a laugh track. It's
Dude,
hilarious.
How I Met Your Mother is a great... I like that TV show,
Yeah.
but it has a laugh track, and it fucking pisses me off every time there's a laugh track.
Yeah, again, it might be filmed in front of a live studio audience, right? So it's like,
How I Met Your Mother?
yeah.
It
think
does
so?
look like sets. Like they look like they're just sets, and
I mean,
and
they
just
definitely
film.
are sets, but...
But I mean,
is
like
there
it's just
a-
like you know how like Friends is like a set, and they have like that live audience behind. It
just-
feels
Yeah,
like that's what.
so
they
essentially
film on,
all of these like
right?
multicam shows are filmed in what's called like a sound stage,
Yeah.
which is just like a big black room. And then all right, that's not racial. Come on. Guys, it's a room. It's a big black room.
I haven't thought of a big black asshole as soon as you said that. A lot of room.
Anyways, so and then they build the sets inside of there, right? And then they have the option to put an audience in front of there or not. And there's some shows where I'm like, I don't know if it's a live studio audience every time or if it's a fucking, a laugh track, because it's like, you think about how many times you have to retake stuff. Yeah. And it's like, is the audience laughing after you've done 6 takes and then you get the...
Definitely not, bro.
They're definitely adding that in afterwards, right? And I don't know which happens and which doesn't, but...
like, what if the joke doesn't hit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're definitely adding shit in. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Fuck, dude. You know what's also a great reality TV show? What? Fucking Canadian politics, bro. That's also a great reality
Hit us
TV
with
show.
it, dude. What's going down? What's the latest update?
Marcus Carney fucking won that.
Marcus?
Is that his name?
That's his full legal name, bro.
What the craziest thing is that he's a Down with Webster fan.
That was... I think if they filmed that and showed it to the Canadian people before he got elected, that man is not getting a single fucking vote, bro. The lack of rhythm was disgusting, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's, I think, something I want out of my prime minister is like some semblance of rhythm, you know?
The thing is, the last time he was in Canada, Down with Webster was huge. He came back.
He's like, wait,
he came back a decade and a half later, and he's like, guys, I'm gonna book Down with Webster when I win this fucking election. And everyone's like, what?
If you want,
like, sure, dude. I guess that's fine. That's like booking Mariana's Trench if you want to. Like, go ahead, big guy. Like,
no, that was that was hilarious. Crazy. I mean, listen, I didn't vote for the guy in the first place, but I thought, like, okay, if he wins, it's not a crazy thing. It's not a terrible thing. Yeah. But then I saw him dance, and I was like, fuck, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. It's over.
Canada's over.
Well, what side of the political spectrum do you need to be on to have rhythm?
That's an interesting question, because I would assume conservatives don't have rhythm. Yeah, conservatives would line dance, right?
You gotta have rhythm to line dance too.
Well, no, you just have to be able to stay on beat. Yeah. But like, I saw that guy fucking move. Yeah, that was like that was like my grandma trying to use a MacBook for the first time. That's what that looked like.
Some learning was taking place.
Yeah, for sure. Like he was getting coached behind the camera.
So you think someone was there just like instructing?
Yeah, like a Jabberwocky was behind there fucking trying to show him how to dance, dude.
Do you think the Jabberwockies voted liberal?
I think the
Jabberwockies definitely vote green.
You think the Jabberwockies vote?
I think that the Green Party is the party of rhythm.
I think the Jabberwockies voted PPC, bro. I think they
that's crazy.
I think they
are all Asian behind.
Which generation is Jabberwocky though?
What?
Which generation?
Yeah, they wear masks, dude. Those guys are because
they're on like the 3rd generation of dude. It's not the same guys anymore.
I'm glad we have an Asian guy on the podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, no, the first
you know too much about the Jabberwockies.
That show because they're all Filipino. They're like 90% Filipino and like a black guy.
No
and
way.
A single black guy?
Maybe like 2 black guys.
Dude, I thought they were like...
nah, dude, they're like all Filipino. They took the mask off. I was like, that's my cousin. I did not know. Queen EJ, is that you?
Asian people are pretty fire at breakdancing.
Asian people are good, nice with
surprisingly, yeah. I don't know where
you used to do air flares when we were in high school.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we tried.
yeah, I definitely tried.
We've been heavy for a minute now. I used to practice windmills and he used to try and practice air flares, and we could have been breakdancing.
That's true. You know what?
We love blizzards. You know what I mean?
Yo, you got served every day, bro. Dude, you got served like eating my fucking blizzard.
The era of dance movies, man, that was sick. So we went dance movies, then we went fucking car movies, then the world went to shit. You know what I mean?
And I think there's a correlation there. I think there's a correlation.
Well, I'll give superhero movies. The world was still good for a while during superhero.
Well, 2009 movies. Is when Iron Man came out.
When do you think the world went to shit?
Bro, did we talk about this last podcast where I was with some? No, we didn't. Okay, 2012 is when the world
our recession
was supposed to end.
Like
the Mayan calendar,
dude. Okay,
recession.
Like let me
second
drop
recession.
No. What second? What are you talking about?
The recession here, like
2008.
He's talking about the Philippines.
Was that 08? Oh shit!
Yeah, the Philippines had a recession. I guess
that's called a typhoon, bro. What are you talking about?
Sorry, Okay. Why did the world end in 2012?
So the world didn't technically end in 2012. All right. I went to Mexico and I went to a cultural center and they had a shaman there, right? Uh-huh. The shaman guy was like, come in, we're going to do a presentation. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to learn about Mexican culture. He comes in. There's a fucking like a coconut husk with like cacao in it, right? I thought it was hot chocolate, so I'm like, okay, we're gonna have some hot chocolate and fucking sit and watch a presentation. This was like, it was like raw cacao. Like it was disgusting. It didn't taste good.
No.
But he was like, you need to drink this to like open up your mind. So I drink this. This guy drugged me. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That was definitely psychedelic.
Oh, 100%, bro. Because I was sitting there, I was enthralled with everything he was saying.
Right.
So he goes, so he starts doing the smoke thing. He starts getting the smoke out everywhere, right?
Okay.
Out of the fire. And then he starts like waving some shit, some chanting some shit. I was like, oh, fuck. This is what my mom told me to stay away from, right?
Right.
So I'm there, we're listening. And then he starts talking about, he's like, the Mayan calendar didn't actually end in 2012. It's not like the world is ending. We're hitting a different celestial cycle. So he's like, there's different cycles for the sun. Like the sun isn't the same all the time. It like grows. It like you know, like, and we know this from science, right? Like there's different life,
Right.
like
the sun
different
changes its sexuality and
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Identifies as different. Yeah. Right?
Gotcha.
So and now we're at a different like rotation of the sun, and the world is like, bro. Since 2012, it's been different. You have to admit.
Yeah, dude, you might be right.
Yeah, bro.
You might be right about
Call
that.
of Duty ain't been the same since 2000.
No.
Well, I don't know,
Exactly.
like, because a lot of people say it hasn't been the same since summer of 2016. Was there a sun event that took place around that time?
Maybe a solar flare or something. I don't know.
something
Dude.
like that. Like
Air
it,
flares.
it had a little like it sprained its ankle or some shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Because people say like after that XXL freshman freestyle of 2016
the
with like
worst one ever.
no with Lil.
No, that's little Uzi. That's little.
What are you talking about?
That's
Is that
Lil
not-
Uzi.
2016
That's Lil
XXL
Yachty.
freshman
That's like
freestyle.
the best one.
Yeah,
bro.
Lil Uzi
Was
Vert, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty,
Was
Denzel Curry.
Denzel Curry.
Okay, was
bro.
that not with fucking which one was the year they did with
Kodak Black,
No,
bro.
Panda.
Kodak Black.
Who's the Panda guy?
Yes, he was on
Designer.
there too. Yeah.
No, that's
But
2017. That's 2017.
No, 2016. There was 3 different XXL freshman freestyles.
Yeah.
The main one that everyone refers to as the best one of all time was
Denzel
Lil
Curry.
Yachty.
Yeah,
Denzel Curry,
yeah.
Lil
I've
Uzi
watched
Vert,
that one.
Kodak
I've watched
Black,
that one
21
multiple
Savage.
times.
The same year, there was 2 other freestyles.
Lil
one of
Dicky
them, listen, one of them had Lil Dicky,
Designer.
Designer, and Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak.
There was a third one. That one had G Herbo and Dave East.
Oh right, I forgot
There
about
was
that one.
3 different episodes, but those were still all great freestyles.
Well,
Aside from Designer's, aside from Designer, but
Designer and Anderson .Paak were not great.
Anderson
Anderson
.Paak
.Paak was whatever, but
you know,
Anderson
not a-
.Paak was outside of his
that's
album.
he's not. Yeah, he's not a
that's
rapper.
not him,
and
you
the
know?
problem is,
But I'm not a
Dave
rapper.
East had the best fucking verse out of everybody, and he's just not
A rapper,
recognized
no, yeah,
for it,
no.
Really?
which kind of sucks. I thought Dave East, the beat was the best, the fucking bars was the best. G Herbo is fucking dope as shit, but it's still like Lil Yachty and 21 Savage. That one is awesome.
It's the vibe.
But people are saying since then, world hasn't been the same,
yeah, that's
You
true.
think so? Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
Lil Uzi Vert's fault, to be honest.
I haven't seen an XXL.
He was pushing way
cypher.
too many boundaries.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Lil Uzi Vert made us all a little too comfortable doing whatever we want, dude.
Painting our nails.
There was more consequences to your behavior in the rap community before Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
You had to be hard. You had to be a little bit more gangster.
I tell you this much, he was hard all the time. You know
Yeah,
what
Lil
I'm
Uzi
saying?
Vert was wearing a purse 24/7.
That guy was bricked
You
up.
remember when he got that like diamond surgically implanted in his head, and then someone stole it off his head?
He was definitely like a strange guy, and like
Yeah.
rappers were so weird around that time. Like XXX Tentacion was a weirdo.
Dude,
I don't
he
care
was-
what everyone says. Yes, it's so sad. Somebody fucking got killed. Sure, but
Very
that guy
sad.
was weird as hell.
He was corny, bro.
He was a weirdo. He was always angry and
He was
everything.
corny.
And that kicked off. All jokes aside, it kicked off this train of fucking weirdo rappers.
Yeah.
That's
who
true.
were like going through this fucking scene phase of rap.
Yeah.
And it made everyone a fucking weirdo for too long.
Who's the fucking Lil Pump? That guy was fucking
Lil Pump.
terrible, dude.
You know, fucking everyone had like the fucking hair going like this, and they were referencing some fucking anime and then everyone got fucking face tattoos
Yeah.
for the longest time. Now nobody's getting a ton of face tattoos.
But this is the thing. I don't associate Kodak Black with any of those guys.
But that's the thing. Kodak Black, 21 Savage, these guys are all still rocking and rolling. even Lil Yachty is
Lil
still
Yachty
doing
is fire,
is still
bro.
doing well because they weren't as extreme as someone like Lil Uzi Vert. And all of the thing is, I can't even name those other ones now because they're not still around.
Which ones?
But someone like Kodak Black, 21 Savage, even Dave East. Like, Dave East is was not even closely associated with all of that stuff. But like, these guys are around and we can name them because they're still making music. Someone like the people that Lil Uzi Vert influenced, those guys are not making music nowadays. Not at all. No. You know what I mean?
No, but like R.I.P. the Island Boys, dude.
I know very little about these guys, but those guys are like, they had like the weird, like where they couldn't sing in like a hot tub, right?
Bro, yeah, they were I'm an island boy.
Yes, okay,
dude,
yes,
that's
yes.
a fire. It's
not fire. It's
yeah,
not fire.
It is
No.
fire. It is fire.
It's
So
hot
we don't put
garbage,
enough.
bro.
We don't put enough
I
respect
see
on
like
their name, bro.
flashes of things involving the Island Boys.
What's the last thing?
I'll give you an Island Boys timeline from my perspective.
Yeah,
They had the shit where they were singing the hot tub together.
yeah.
Then they were on fucking Logan Paul's podcast and they got angry. Then they were kissing each other. And then they got beat up in a
Fire.
boxing match.
Fire.
Am I right about
They got
what's
beat
going
up in a
on?
boxing match.
Yeah.
Yeah, box.
Well, they tried to do the
a MMA
Island
fight?
Boy. They tried to do the Island Boy song at a concert. They like opened for somebody and people booed.
I can't. Maybe they're fucking gangsters or whatever, however they behave.
Nah, bro.
But I think that's the one people I'll talk shit about and I won't be scared.
The Island Boy.
Yeah, because what the fuck, dude? Were they just kissing each other and then they were going and fighting?
So they were. So okay,
You're
actually,
brothers.
I watched a YouTube video about this.
And this is not, I'm not homophobic or anything like that. I'm incest phobic.
You're scared of incest?
There has to be a different word. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, yeah, no. So they started making out.
This is real. This actually happened.
Yeah, they started OnlyFans where they made out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. And then after the OnlyFans, the two like brothers started hating each other, dude.
Yeah.
And then one suing the other brother.
Is that what's
No
happening?
way.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
See, this is what I'm
It'd
saying,
be your
man.
own
I might
people,
be
dog.
pro censorship.
Really?
There's some people that shouldn't be allowed to use the internet or, have a public platform.
Even if they try to kiss a brother?
That's the reason they shouldn't have a public platform, dude.
Dude, I think you might be wrong about that. I think we need to let brothers kiss, dude.
No.
We need to let brothers kiss. We need to let men feel their feelings, yeah.
If you're not related to them, I'm all for men kissing. I am pro men kissing if you're not related. If you're brothers and you start an OnlyFans when you kiss each other, right to jail. Right to jail. We need a little bit of Venezuela up in this bitch. I swear to God, dude. So I like literally, dude. The world has made me more pro dictatorship. As long as the person making the right decisions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as like
CCP.
What? What the fuck? He's gone, dude. Chicky's gone.
crazy, dude. All right, well, we're back. Quick little pee break. I apologize.
Your nation station. That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
dude. So, Alvin, what side of the political spectrum do Filipinos vote on?
Conservative.
I'm just saying that you're going to speak on behalf of all Filipinos. When you
I'd say
this.
like
so, like
maybe
you got to speak the
like
truth.
I think if you're a Filipino and you're like religious,
Filipino.
it's like almost always.
I haven't met a
conservative.
non-religious Filipino.
Yeah, so it's like
What are they up to? What kind of chaos are they causing?
The
like
non-religious-
You got this ability
Yo,
to
I will
fucking
say, bro,
cook
like
and dance.
man, like non-religious Filipinos are like a menace to society.
You
like-
think that it's just like the complete opposite?
They're chill
Religious
people.
Filipinos, and I will say
Oh,
all
yeah.
Filipinos that I've met, so I don't even know if they're all religious, but all Filipino people I've met, nicest people ever.
They're still
So sweet.
super nice. Still super nice.
So nice, so caring,
Yeah.
everything like that. You're telling me there's, I don't know, anti-Filipinos out there that are, you just,
Well, they're like religious in the sense that like they still will go to like church on like Easter or like Christmas.
okay.
But they don't go to church any other time throughout
Yeah,
the year.
yeah.
And they'll
And then
like
what are they up to on a
they
Monday to
just
Friday?
they get fucked up, they get
Yeah.
high, they probably like work some construction job or a mechanic of some sort.
You're telling me all Filipino construction workers and mechanics are degenerates?
Most of the time,
I
yeah.
just know that-
I just want to remind you, you're sober this episode.
Yeah.
You can't justify anything like you did the last
I
episode.
work on the
You're
construction site, bro. I
you're
work on the
sober and
construction
you're
site.
Speaking on behalf of all Filipino people, so when we leave this podcast, this is what we'll perceive of Filipino
Yeah, bro.
people
Like I'd say,
going
like
forward.
most of the time, they're like mechanics. Like they're like young mechanics, and it's never like an old dude that's non-religious. It's always like my generation or like a few years older than me. That's like, oh yeah, I'm not religious, and like they're a mechanic of some sort, or they work
That's
construction. All they do, like they'll work their job. After their job, they'll go to the basketball court and they'll just shoot hoops for like 10 hours, bro.
You have
this
to
is-
love Jesus.
This is crazy, dude. This guy
Baby
was like,
Jesus, you got to love Jesus.
this guy was like, there's Filipino people out there that are menaces to
Yeah.
society. Then he described what they do. He's like, they work construction.
Okay, wait.
And then they
They're
drink
just like
and they
good-
play basketball.
Yeah, they're just like, these guys just pay taxes, bro.
This is how you know Filipino people are so nice.
Yeah.
They think the worst of them are the ones that enjoy a hobby.
They like
That's
get
how you know-
fucked up and they just play
Dude,
basketball.
Filipino
man.
people are too amazing. Like
Yeah,
this is
100%.
crazy, bro. You
Yeah.
guys can't even be bad properly, dude. There's no I'll say anti-Filipino because I keep trying to say a different word
different
that also
from- yeah.
describes like the bad guy version of the Crimson Chin. And I keep trying to say that before Filipino
Say it.
and I just know it'll sound bad. Like so I'm going to say anti-Filipinos. When I say that, I still mean Filipinos that are
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Okay? Those don't exist. Even based on your own description, you just describe people that don't go home and cook and clean for their
Yeah, all
families right
these
away.
guys just fucking
They just
pay
go and play
taxes, bro.
basketball
Yeah.
first, bro. Or they might drive like a Honda S2000 or some shit like that.
They're absolutely
That they
driving
really
an
care about.
They're driving.
what I mean?
They're driving an S2000. They're driving like
What is
R32.
up with Filipinos in the S2000?
They're driving like
bro?
an R34. They're probably driving.
Okay,
like,
but that's like a more crazy car. Why are Filipinos so obsessed with S2000?
I don't know what it is, man.
Because I haven't met a Filipino guy that doesn't like that car.
Yeah, it just looks nice. I think it looks nice. It
But
looks good, bro.
All right. Isn't that the one that the girl drove in the first Fast and Furious?
I think so. Like
pink car?
one, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why.
That's why. You dirty dog. You dirty
Yeah.
dog.
Nah, they're driving like a S2000. They're definitely driving like a maybe like an Evo 6 or like an Evo like the
Yeah, they
the
like
last
their Evos.
the last
yeah,
one.
Yeah. They
Is
like
it a
their
manual
Evos.
transmission?
No, absolutely, bro. Or they're hitting like a
Wait,
mid 2010 like
Are all your Asian
WRX.
accents the same accent? First of all,
No,
hold on.
no. Okay,
okay. Wait. Okay. Give me Korean.
Oh, okay. My Korean and my Japanese are very similar. So, okay, but let me hit it.
All right. Give me Korean. I won't ask for Japanese right after.
You must do your math.
Okay. Give
You
me
must do your
Chinese.
math. Okay. Good luck, asshole. I turn now.
Okay.
Okay,
Give me your Filipino.
Elvin,
it's the same thing.
you must
just
love
did the-
baby Jesus. You
No,
must
they-
love
similar.
him.
Okay. Now give me your Japanese.
But the Japanese and Korean are very similar. Okay. Honimasta. Yeah, see, it's the Korean and the
little
Japanese
disparity.
are a little
Yeah.
bit similar.
Okay.
bit.
Give me Malaysian.
I don't even know what Malaysian sounds like, bro.
You want to hear what it sounds like?
Give me Cambodian.
I
Give me
think that's
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, bro.
Yo, this guy might be racist. might be a racist.
No, I do great accents, bro. I do great accents. I think like my.
Give me Laotian.
That's like Cambodian still.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yo, you can't tell the difference between Laotians, Cambodians, and Viets, dude.
I was trying to throw you off. I was
Yeah,
trying
no,
to throw
that's
you
crazy.
off.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
Cause-
Give me Thai.
Okay, go Thai.
I just watched White Lotus too, so I should know this, bro. Guy talk. You wanna take me to a? Nah, see, that's
You
yeah.
just sound like a
Yeah,
lady.
you might be racist.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do the same scenario. Aaron, give me your Korean.
Korean. Yo, I don't do good accents though.
Give me an Indian, bro. Give me Indian.
Indian.
No, I've never actually heard this guy do an accent. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not ready for this. No. Wait, dude, I wasn't ready for this moment in my life. I've been friends with this guy for 20 years. I've never heard him do an accent before.
You
Dude.
ever heard me do an accent?
No.
You know I don't do accents. I just just spout racism stuff.
Okay.
right.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
No
this
filter.
Might be my favorite episode. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having a great time. Dude.
You know what? Like working my job, I have been learning like other languages. So
What
like,
languages have you been learning?
well, like every morning I walk up to I do one of the electricians I go up to. He's brown. He's been teaching me like a little Punjabi. I'm not doing very good at it, but
Bro,
like
listen.
listen,
I don't know what a
what-
Punjab.
I know get out Baji.
I don't know what a Punjab
That's
is.
it. That's all I know. That's
Okay.
it. I go up to him.
Go,
I was
okay.
like, "Yo, get off Faji," and I like dap him up, and then I fucking go to my side, and I see a Mexican guy. I say, "Yo, que on the way?" He go up to me. He's like, "Yo, que on the way?" I'd be like, "Bien, bro," and then I like walk off to my workplace.
Yo, this guy might actually. I might vote for you.
That's Mr. Worldwide right there. Dude.
You might be Mr. Worldwide, dude. That's crazy.
And I'm learning a little Japanese because I'm going to like
Animasta.
Japan after my like Philippines trip in July.
Dude, the Japanese people are badass, bro.
Dude, what is up with people loving to travel to these Asian countries?
I've never
It's cheap.
once wanted to like go to Japan, but the amount of people that have been to Japan in 2025 alone,
It's crazy.
like I might have to go. dude.
Well, the thing is, like, even like these more like tropical Asian countries,
talking about like Thailand.
like Indonesia
the-
and stuff like that.
Indonesia.
Yeah, that's
Like
the lady
Bali.
boys, bro.
Well,
Bali's a
I just
big
think
one.
like maybe it's because we come from like poorer countries. I can't understand the obsession with like wanting to go
Yeah.
to like Thailand, Indonesia,
when I tell you-
Vietnam, because I'm like, if it's anything like India, I don't want to go.
It's definitely not
Yeah.
because the lady boys are hot. So
And it smells good over there.
yeah, no foot food.
Yeah. They don't cook on the floor like
My bad, dude. I should have.
Yeah, you
I should
should've
have
known this.
I should have expected those answers from you guys.
You think you get tricked?
Huh?
You think you get tricked
Elaborate.
by a lady boy?
I always thought that I was going to be built like the Crimson Chin when I got older, and
Really?
With a big ass chin? And
I was
like,
looking
good
at
body?
for me,
Yeah.
Doug Dimmadome.
You wanted to be
You wanted to be built
give me
like
that
Doug
Dimmadome,
Doug
bro.
Dimmadome,
Doug
the owner
Dimmadome,
of the
I want
Dimsdale
that.
Dimmadome.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I'd be
over
rolling
the
up to the
Dimmadome.
barn, dude.
Yeah,
just
that'd be
like
sick,
with
bro.
that,
Yo,
dude.
Doug Dimmadome.
That'd be so sick. I don't
Dimsdale
know
Dimmadome.
what character I ended up being built like. Maybe Mrs. Puff. That's who I'm built like.
Owen from
Who's
the
that?
Camp Rock, or not?
The barn.
No.
Doesn't he watch this?
No, the fucking,
full
the
episode.
fucking,
I'm definitely built like Mrs. Puff. That was a good line. I don't know. A good response, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I think when I was younger, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be built like Larry the Lobster,
Larry Lobster,
or
yeah.
I'm gonna be built like the Crimson Chin, or I'm gonna be built like freaking
Squidward.
Senor Junior.
Which one was that one?
Kim Possible.
Oh,
There's Senor
yeah,
Senior
yeah,
Senior.
yeah, yeah.
There's Senor Senior
Yeah, yeah,
Junior.
yeah.
I thought I was gonna be built like, just big torso, small legs.
yo,
All I have is giant ass,
you got a
big
fat,
waist. You know what I
you
mean?
got
If I had a small
fat-
waist, I'm like fucking two, good days of diet away from being Dexter's mom. You know what I mean?
Yo, yeah, we saw her face, right?
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah.
No,
I
it
think
was
so,
the
man.
Powerpuff
The
Girls.
Powerpuff
girl
Girls.
that we didn't see
You're
the fucking
thinking of
face.
that doesn't have a face.
That's messed up.
Yeah, dude.
You think Mount Rushmore of hottest animated moms?
Elastic
Dude,
Woman.
the fucking Mrs. the Incredibles mom.
Elastic Woman. I
Oh,
said it
Elastic
already.
Woman. Oh, sorry,
Elastic
Elastic Woman. 4
Elastic
times.
Girl, bro.
For sure.
Elastigirl.
Is Elastic
4
Girl?
times.
Yeah,
You think so?
absolutely. 4 times? No,
Dude,
You could have
her
other names
voice, her hips,
The fact that she could just
her
extendo,
superpower.
yeah, everything.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. What other Pixar moms or animated moms are
up there.
out
Aunt Cass.
there? Huh?
Big,
Big
Hero
Hero
6.
6.
I haven't seen that, but
Oh,
I've
you
seen
haven't?
them. I've seen them. We'll put her up there.
Uh,
I know Aunt Cass because I got a buddy
Yeah,
who
yeah.
just like will not stop talking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Dude,
gonna-
there's been some
yeah.
bad moms out there. Dude, have you guys seen Cobra Kai?
No.
There's not there's not an unattractive mom in that show.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, dude, but Miss LaRusso,
I forgot what she looks like.
Miss LaRusso, and Miguel's freaking mom too.
I don't know.
There's
what they
only
look
hot
like.
moms in that
Well, I
show.
thought we were
Why
talking
did you
about
watch
animated.
Cobra Kai?
It was a good show.
It's a good show for the
Yeah.
first like 2 seasons or whatever.
Yeah, it's respectable.
I know. I didn't like that they see. This is a whole other thing. Why they keep building off the same IP? Fucking the first 2
All right.
Karate Kid movies were great.
What I'm gonna get you to do is when this podcast comes out, just rewind to the first time I explained it to you. That's what you got. That's your answer.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, dude, I don't know. Those big fan of Mrs. LaRusso.
Yeah. Yo, you didn't name an animated mom. We were talking about animated moms.
Dude, I
You
said
talking about
Elastigirl
Miss
4 times. bro.
Elastigirl. We
That's
got
what I'm
Aunt Cass. We got
Okay, let's say
Yo,
you
Jimmy
can't.
Neutron's mom. Not too shabby, bro. Like you gotta like
No,
she's.
Jimmy Neutron's mom was just the animated version of the mom from Malcolm in the Middle.
I
Oh yeah.
They had
said
the
what I
same- They had a
said.
very similar face.
I said what I said,
Malcolm in the Middle mom.
bro.
Big fan.
Animated, bro.
Bro.
Animated.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
It's the regular ones that you gotta watch.
It's
out for.
actually like I am grateful that you ended up with your fiance when you did, because there would definitely be some people's aunts that whose houses we'd be picking you up from late at night. Like you'd be calling me like, dude, I'm trapped in the basement. I made 6 bad decisions, and I'm here. Let's not talk about it. Come get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how
and
many
you'd have
times
to
I'd be picking you up?
You'd have to
Zero.
come down with. You'd have to come down with like a fucking a saw to get me out of the handcuffs I'm in.
Yeah, 100%. You would be doing some diabolical activities with
Yeah.
Somebody's mom,
somebody's
maybe
somebody's-
grandma,
somebody's grandma.
Grandma. That's
sure.
crazy.
for sure.
Well,
Well,
it's a good thing,
yeah.
You're
Thank
not
goodness
out
for
here
your
playing
fiance.
basketball or whatever. That was still crazy. I'm still not over this.
Dude, they're a menace to society. They play basketball and
But I
play
will say,
taxes.
they're also the kind of people that be like, because I know a few, and we play basketball, and they think they're losing their phone, and they're like, yo, I'm gonna punch that white kid right over there because I think he stole my phone. I'm like, but he wasn't even near us, man. He's like, I'm gonna hit him because he's white.
That might start a race war, what you
Yeah.
just said there, bro. But on some real shit, dude. Speaking of race, we've been every time we play basketball, we always bring up like maybe we want to take like a trip somewhere, dude.
When did we bring this up?
Last time we played basketball together, we said we all wanted to go
Oh
to
yeah,
Africa.
yeah.
And that I just want to say that has nothing to do with the fact that we were playing basketball. It's just that when we play basketball, we talk about trips.
Well, that's not their
It's
sport.
not specific to Africa.
So if it was track and field, it'd be a different story.
Okay. Like okay,
You're
let's
thinking of
say
Jamaica, brother.
No,
Let's say
no,
we-
no.
let's say we
long
all have-
run. If I'm going like marathon, I'm not looking at Jamaica. I'm looking at like Kenya, bro.
all right. Well,
They got the record.
you might be right about that, but I was just saying like if we had money, like where are we doing a boys trip? You know what
Costa
I mean?
Rica,
Congo.
Thailand.
Okay, there's been a lot of words been thrown out.
Wait, what?
You pick one, and then I want to hear you each give me a reason why. I want to hear the fucking itinerary. for
Wait.
each of you.
So are we
what do you
staying
think?
in Africa or we're like anywhere?
Anywhere.
Oh, anywhere.
Yeah.
That's why I say Congo. I thought you were talking about Africa.
No. You could say pick one place though. Like this is the place where like if I was to plan the boys trip. This is where we go.
Who's
this
going?
is what we do.
Is it us three and Brad?
Brad, and we can
Anybody,
invite anybody, dude. All of your friends, all of his friends, all of my
shit.
friends. It's like a fucking, but it's just a boys trip.
That's tough, bro.
So you think of one. You committed to one pretty quick.
Me?
No, this guy.
Oh.
Which one?
I'm wearing sunglasses, so you can't see what I'm
Thailand?
looking at. Are you committing? You might have been doing it for a bit, but like,
Thailand would be fun. Costa Rica would be fun. But I think if you're just doing a boys trip and you want to get the most value out of it, you got to go Mexico.
so
Because you can find lady boys
What
there
is it?
too.
Okay, give me one day in Mexico. What are we doing?
Lady boys.
They have those in Mexico?
They have them everywhere, bro.
That's crazy. I know where we're going.
Go.
Philippines.
All right, give me a day in the Philippines. What are we doing?
We
Lady
only
boys.
need one day. It's maybe 3 days. We need
Basketball
Give me one
and
day. Give
pay
me one,
taxes.
give me one day, dude. He's like, dude, we're gonna go on this site, dude. We're gonna build a nice house, a sick house.
No,
And we're gonna hit some fucking
One day,
basketball games.
one day, we're rolling in a Boracay. It's like white sand beach.
Okay.
I sent it to you guys.
Okay.
You guys said let's go here for a boys trip.
Okay. Go.
They got a little cafe in Boracay
Okay.
where all of the waiters and waitresses are short people. They're midgets.
Let's go. This is.
I sent you guys this.
I
Remember
changed
that?
my answer.
Everybody said,
I
"Yeah,
changed
I'm
my
down."
answer. We gotta.
Whoa,
come out here.
whoa.
I chose this.
I never said that.
specifically for you guys.
Don't say we all said
gotta
it. I
go
never
there.
agreed.
Sean wanted to go,
We
and
gotta go
Brad
there.
wanted to go,
I
and
agreed.
that's
We
the
gotta
only
go.
reason why I said
They're
okay,
employing.
I never agreed.
They're employing the people that need to be employed. All right.
That's true.
Fucking this
They
guy.
only employ
This
short
guy
people.
hates. This guy hates
Yeah.
little people, bro.
That's crazy,
He hates
bro.
little people.
I don't.
What is
I don't
the-
respect the fetishizing of little.
We're not fetishizing. It's
Who
respect.
said fetish?
It's respect.
You did.
Who said fetish? I didn't say fetish.
You want to pull
It's a
some
very
DMs?
normal thing. All right. No, little people are people too. That's why the second part of that is people.
Absolutely.
Or what happens in the rest of the day in the Philippines?
It's a whole day.
Bro,
thing.
we
What do
play
you mean?
basketball and we are so good, dude. We're like NBA players compared to those guys, dude. Come on now.
You're like NBA players
The
compared to the
3-on-3
regular
would be
Filipinos,
insane,
man.
dude. You know how high you could get up on a fucking Fisher Price basketball hoop, dog? Come on now. No, don't stop me now. Come on, dude. Dude, you know how easily I could palm a fucking like
A coconut.
Bro, come on. You know the basketball hoop you put on the back of your like bedroom door, the ball, bro, you could grip that thing so good, dude.
You go. To
You
the,
pass it to one of them guys, they got 2 hands on it full.
yeah, when you go to the cafe, it's just 2 hoops.
Brother, come on now.
It's a full court. The full
Holy
court's like
shit.
10 steps.
I go back to my later point that maybe censorship should be allowed, dude. This is
Yo.
diabolical. I don't even want to ask, but have you picked a country and what are we doing?
I did.
No, I'm
I'm doubling down on his thing, bro. Come on now. Come on now.
Okay.
Yo, that
No, I was
sounds
looking
dope.
at him this time.
Me?
No, this guy.
That sounds awesome.
See, I'm wearing sunglasses, so he can't see who I'm.
You know
seeing.
what?
It looks
You know
like
what? See me,
it
you
looks like you're looking at me. So I'm gonna
You
give
can't see me for
Let me
another
give you another answer that's pretty good. let me
No,
give you
no,
another
no,
answer.
no,
It's
no.
the same
Let him-
country.
let him
It's the
land.
same island, but you just chill. Like you drink all day long. You can play basketball. You can get tattoos that are super
Pay your
cheap.
taxes, dude.
Like
Holy fuck,
taxes. You don't need to pay taxes out there, bro.
dude. Holy shit.
Canadian government is gonna hunt you over there. Banana boat all day. You could do that. They got fire breathers for some reason. It's not in our culture to do that, like the fire spinning and like wear like the fucking hula stuff. But I've seen them do it, and I think they think that they're those kind of people, but they're not.
Bro, you're telling me
Yeah.
you're telling me
shit.
they got dragons in the Philippines?
Dude, my,
Oh, dude, yeah, dragons are a big
my
part of the
shit
culture.
fell
in
in
the
my drink,
Philippines.
dude.
I've heard that dragons are a big part, but I don't know if that's true. But yeah, man, you could drink all day long, go into random people's houses. They'll probably feed you because you're not
The
Filipino.
Filipino people are awesome.
Well, have you been to the Sagandis in the Philippines?
Sagandis?
Yeah. Sagandi's nuts, dude. Oh my god.
My God, bro.
Fucking idiot, dude. I can't believe you did that, bro. I can't
fucking
believe
guy,
you fucking
bro.
just
I'm gonna kill myself.
I can't believe you just fucking
die,
walked
bro.
into
Dude, I
that
can't
shit,
believe
bro.
we
That was
fucking got there,
crazy.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Yo, this
Holy
pod is
shit.
over. I'm going home.
I mean,
We're at like 2 hours.
we're at 2
and-
hours. We could wrap it up. I mean, I want to keep chilling.
We're having
Like,
fun,
we're
bro.
having
It's
some
chill.
Diabolical conversations, but now when we wrap up, we'll get into the good stuff.
Yeah, hit me with it, bro. This guy fucking.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit stop on the recording first. And I'm gonna hit you guys with some truths. All right, here we go.
Go.
Thank you for tuning in, dude. Chocolate Cowboy. Oh, did you already hit stop
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
recording? All right, well, fuck it. All right, let me go stop on the. That was fun, dude. I had a good time.
Israel.
I'm not cutting anything. I will not cut
Just
it.
post the whole thing.